What's up, dudes? So what are we discussing today? Football! Ooh, crazy, crazy! We're here on a football field so we can discuss the rules of football. If you didn't watch the first video, you'll see a link up here. New vocab... There's going... I can't speak. So here is today's vocabulary. Alright, there's a lot of it, but it's very important if you want to understand the game of American football. My information from today comes from this really fun, really entertaining video. It's only about 1.5 minutes long, and almost all of the vocabulary I use in today's lesson comes from this video. It's a native level video. It's for native speakers. So it's going to be challenging and you probably won't understand everything. And that's the process of reaching fluency. Fluency does not happen like this. Fluency is a process and we're gonna do it together. So come on, after this video you will have all the vocabulary needed to understand the main points of this video. So definitely watch it. Alright, we got some wind today, guys, so I'm sorry if the sound quality is not as good as usual. I'm trying to protect the sound quality by blocking the wind, but it's not working. And of course, if you like this channel and you like this video, subscribe, and after you subscribe, click this little bell, because that bell will tell you when the third part of American football is ready, and of course, when all of our videos are ready. But you guys, it's time for a serious question. Are you ready for some football?
Here come the hits, the bangs, the blocks, and the spikes.
We gotta start with the basics. Where do you play football? What do you play it on? You play it on a field like this. This is a football field. Okay, so it's a high school football field. I don't know if it's regulation size, but you get the idea. A football field. A football field is 100 yards long. That's about 91.5 meters in distance. If you're keeping score, that's about the same size as a soccer field. Remember, in the US, this is a football and this is a soccer ball. Remember, this will help you avoid a lot of confusion when you travel here. The game is played on this field with 11 players on each team. Each team actually has 53 players in total, but you can only have 11 of your players on the field at one time. If you have too many or too few, you get a penalty, basically a punishment for not obeying the rules of the game. And come on, you don't want to get punished when you're playing football. Penalties are not fun. Run from the wind. So you can only have 11 of your players on the field at a time. But these 11 players make up your entire squad, and your total squad has 53 players. So think of it this way. You have an entire squad of 53 players, and they are divided into 3 separate teams. 1, 2, 3. Some of these players will go on the offense. They are offensive players. If you didn't guess, these are the players on your team who try to score the points. Another part of the team goes on the defense. These are your defensive players. If you're a good guesser, you know that they play defense. They defend your end zone so that the other team cannot come and score. We'll talk about scoring in just 1 minute. And then finally, we have special teams. I'm willing to bet that even casual viewers of American football don't know what special teams does exactly. So if you learn this, you're really doing good. Because here's the thing, special teams is not offense or defense. They do something unique. That's why we say that they're special, huh? Some of the special plays they're involved with are kickoffs. That's when you kick the ball to start a game or to restart the game after one of the teams has scored. And they're also involved with punts, extra points, and field goals. And we'll talk about those in 2 minutes. Okay, let's review. Let's review. This wind is killing me. The offense tries to score against the other team's defense. The defense wants to prevent the other team's offense from scoring. And for special teams, basically just remember that they are involved with plays where you are going to kick the ball. Like I said, a punt, kickoff, extra point, and field goal. That's special teams. Okay, so now you know that there is a squad divided into separate teams and they each have their own responsibility. But what is the aim of the game? You see, you try to move the ball from one side all the way to the other side and score. This is your end zone, that's their end zone. And you want to score there and not let them score here. If you throw or run the ball into their end zone, you get 6 points. I would show you 6, but I only have one hand free right now. After you score a touchdown, that's what it's called when you score those 6 points, you get a chance for an extra point. So the extra point is when I stand here, they're defending, I run up and I kick the ball and hopefully it goes through there and I get an extra point. Woo-hoo! Now you know that we move the ball down the field, but how do we move it? Through a series of plays. And this series of plays is called downs. Notice how we move the ball down the field. When we say down, we mean across. Each of these is called a down because it's an attempt to move down the field. The offense is the one that moves the ball down the field, and for each series of plays, and when they have the ball, they are given 4 downs or 4 attempts to move 10 yards. I know it's difficult to see, but can you see these lines? That is 10 yards. So you have 4 attempts to move 10 yards. And each time you move down, you're getting closer to scoring in that end zone right there. And each time you get the 10 yards, that's called getting a first down, because now you have 4 more tries to get to the end zone. During each down, it's the quarterback who starts the play. He can decide to throw the ball to a receiver for a pass, a catch, or he can hand the ball off, and then a running back or a rusher will take it and try to move down the field to the end zone. So to summarize again, you get 4 attempts or downs to move the ball 10 yards. You can pass it or you can hand it to a rusher and he will try to run the ball. And if the defense prevents you, if they defend well and they don't allow you to get that 10 yards, then you have different choices. Now you don't want to give them the ball close to the end zone they're trying to score in, so you can punt the ball. All you do is kick the ball as far as possible, because then their offense has to make a lot more downs this way. Remember, it's difficult to make downs with the defense playing against you. But if your offense is pretty close to the uprights, you can try to make a field goal. A field goal is just like the extra point I showed you. However, a field goal can be much farther away from the uprights than an extra point. An extra point is always in the same spot. A field goal can be anywhere. And if you make the field goal, you get 3 points. So to review, if the defense stops you and it's 4th down, you can punt the ball, just kick it far away to try to make it difficult for them to score. Or if you're close enough, you can try to make a field goal, where you again kick the ball and try to make the 3 points by making the ball go through the uprights. They're called uprights because they're straight up. How long is one game? Well, it's divided into 4 15-minute quarters. And of course, all of the commercials you get to watch in between. Woohoo! And then, when the time is up, the team with the most points wins. So that's for one game. But every team plays 16 games during the regular season. And your record is how well you played, how many games you won, lost, or tied. The league, the NFL, is divided into regional conferences. This means that teams are divided based on their geography, where in the United States they are located. The winner from each of the conferences will then enter the playoffs. So we had the regular season, and now we have the playoffs. And the playoffs basically start a new competition, but it's knockout. meaning you can't lose and continue. You have to win every game from this point on. And so you play the other conference winners until you get to the end of the playoffs, which is the Super Bowl. Choo-choo, Super Bowl. Whew, man, that was a lot of rules. And I had to make it as simple as possible. So if you have any questions, I'm sure you do, put them down here in the comments. Don't worry about your grammar. That's why I'm here, to help you correct it. And if you want to watch part 3, where we talk about football controversies, hit the subscribe, and of course click this bell because it will tell you when part 3 is ready. And give a like if you're feeling generous today. And now that we're done, go watch the NFL video. Ciao for now, guys. Bye-bye.